gonna take that from me. No, I'm gonna be who I wanna be. Oh, say what you wanna say, I'll do it my way. I'm swimming in a sea of dreams all day. Nobody's gonna hold me underneath. You don't gotta believe in me. I know who I wanna be. You don't gotta believe in me. Gotta believe in me. Gotta believe in me. You don't gotta believe in me. You don't gotta believe in me. Gotta believe in me. Gotta believe in me. Gotta believe in me. Money to give all. Oh no, I will not fall down. Money to give all. No, I'm never coming down. You don't gotta believe in me. I know who I wanna be. You don't gotta believe in me. Gotta believe in me. Gotta believe in me. Gotta believe in me. You don't gotta believe in me. You don't gotta believe in me. Gotta believe in me. Gotta believe in me. Money to give all. I will not fall down. Money to give
Turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up. I'm breaking in. I'm at the pearly gates.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Turnovers will be a focus in today's game. The Chiefs are top 10 in turnover differential. They'll be up against the Redskins team looking to avoid a costly mistake. With that, we'll send it over to Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis. They've got the call in this Week 5 matchup.
Larry, as always, it is a frenzied atmosphere inside Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Washington Redskins and the Kansas City Chiefs. Now a play fake here on first down. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up second down.
You know, I don't think this is the last time we'll see that in this game. This guy has mobility, and they want to use his legs in the game plan. So there will be designed runs as well as his scrambles.
Now Jones. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Throwing, Jones. Going up top. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And some room to roam now. And now the rookie's free. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a KC touchdown. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that first drive, pick six.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They establish the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
Second down here after the incomplete pass. In motion is Coates. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Buying time to his left. Now and he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. And the young buck, the rookie, just racked up his first career interception.
And how about the scouting department? They've got to be very happy right now because in NFL parlance, he's a third-day selection. Anyone after the fourth round, that's big-time scouting right there. And what a great play he just made.
He finds his target, Terrence Williams. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down. And how about this wide receiving core, Charles?
Well, I was at the hotel watching a little film, and you popped your head in and said, these receivers are pretty good from what I can tell. You're exactly right. Can't wait to see them do their thing out on the field.
Here's a give to Whitlock, the fullback. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
3rd and 1, who are you going to call? Not the scat back. You go with the big man, hand him the ball, and let him get upfield and pick up a first down.
And the offense lining up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. They'll run. This is Jonathan Stewart, and he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Just a gain of a yard, but it's going to set him up with a 1st and goal.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments. Let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. A look at Washington as they come onto the field.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window? I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And the big meat on the D-line, we'll see how they do today.
And I'd hate to be an offensive lineman having to deal with these guys. They come in hungry, mean, and confident. They think that no one can block them.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. It's caught by Clive Walford. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it to the sideline. And, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Eight yards to go here on 2nd down. Here's a run for the former Louisville Cardinal, Sonoris Perry. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a 1st down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle here to Coates. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. Second down now after the pass completion. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Nick Perry, he's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. And the Chiefs showing a dime look as they defend this 3rd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Throw left side to the tight end, Walford. And the broken tackle helps lead to a 1st down gain. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a 1st down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Now Jones. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
And that drop will cause a little bit of angst for the play caller because you know they've worked all week game planning and flexing the tight end out and making him a matchup issue for the defense. They had what they wanted, and he drops the ball.
Man, just couldn't hang on to the slant. Ten yards still left on 2nd down. They come out here in the eye. Throwing Jones. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. back live. Charles Davis to my right. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Redskin football to begin quarter number 2. They're on the march, but facing a third down here. Well, still in search of the first down after that last completion. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And that's complete to Walford. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. He'll look to throw. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
And they pick up a first down, and that came out of the fullback position. But as you and I both know, that doesn't necessarily mean that's a fullback playing in that spot.
Well, times have changed, right? The old-school fullback doesn't really exist anymore.
We're not getting that same player out of college with all the spread offenses, not very many pro style, where you actually have a true fullback.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Clive Walford, his first touchdown on the year. And the Redskins are able to make this a close game again. Sometimes those tight ends are a mismatch. They found the mismatch there.
And that's exactly why you want to draw up those types of plays, because coverage is just going to go to the natural guys, the guys that make the big plays on the outside. But if you work your tight end into it, that's a tough one for a defense to handle.
Tough. They couldn't handle it. It worked out for 6. And this will get out of bounds. No worries there, though. That still goes as a touchback. And now here comes Kansas City. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch, counter punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter. Carr to throw on second down. It's brought in by Adam Humphries. A big play there for KC. 51 yards.
Usually hitting a deep post pattern, as we just saw there for a big gainer, that's tough to do because you usually have a safety or two in the middle of the field. But if you hit enough crossers and underneath routes and curls, start to get those guys creeping up, wanting to make plays on the football. It's the equivalent of a changeup in baseball. You show your other stuff, throw the changeup, and on that play, it worked for big yardage.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's brought down. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Love the run right there, and when you analyzed him coming out of college, when you tried to put a grade on him, you saw the flashes while he was in school, but you didn't see the full production. You didn't see the finished product. He's a little bit raw, but you can see why people liked him. Those types of runs make you think there's plenty more there, and we'll see if that continues for him.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground.
Hey, we gonna rally. Rally. We ready? Ready. Zero.
Time running out here on the play clock. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
When you think of Mike Daniels, you think of strength. hard to knock off the football, but surprising quickness and ability to move and evade people. How about that play there?
Well, he can squat 600 pounds, so that's how he caught people's attention coming into the league, and he caught our attention right there. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A great effort there with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. And again, it's no good. A few boo birds coming out as he's missed his second extra point here in the first half. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And nothing but daylight ahead. The 20, 10, touchdown, Washington. Their dangerous wide receiver taking it goal line to goal line, 100 yards. And the Redskins have made this a one-score game. And this is back to a 5-point game. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
And frankly, Brandon, we're talking about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL, and a lot of that is the speed at the linebacker position. A lot of these guys in college, they were safeties. They moved them up to outside linebacker to combat the spread offenses, and now we're seeing it in the NFL. Those same guys using their speed to make plays in the backfield, similar to that one.
To throw, it's Carr. That's complete, middle of the field to Humphreys. That one goes for 24 yards. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. We're back to Arrowhead after this. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
We ready?
They'll run it now out of the gun. Fighting through. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A big play there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. Now, these have been no picnic for him so far. He's missed 2, but this one is good. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's going to be out of bounds here right at the 20-yard line. And here come the Redskins now. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. Evades the tackler, and now some space. They'll get 17 yards there. And it'll be 1st down, Washington.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. They go play action here on 1st down. He's got a man, complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. 1st level defensive line, 2nd level linebackers, 3rd level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a 1st level run, and it was stopped by a 2nd level player.
Now Jones looking middle, and that's complete. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Their dangerous wide receiver with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Redskins are able to make this a close game again. And this is back to a 5-point game. Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And out come the Chiefs now. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
They come up in an offset eye. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
One of the toughest things for an offensive lineman to learn is the ability to get in space and hit people who are moving targets. And linebackers are not easy ones to hit because they know how to move, juke, and make you miss. And that's exactly what he did on that play. A nice play for the defense.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the foul.
A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the 1st half.
Partner, when you're playing cover 2, this is like a tag team for the safeties. Each of them gets a half-field responsibility. Their job, stay as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, read the football, and go make a play. In this case, the free safety made the best play, an interception.
All right, here we go. Red 18. We're going to rally. Rally. Hey, we're going to rally. Hey, we're going to rally. Rally. Set.
Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. He's going to go up top again. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brad McDougal. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the 1st half. The Redskins offense now, they head back onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Throwing, Jones, rolling to his right. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the 1st half. Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. And likely just out of field goal range. Could be Hail Mary time.
And haven't we seen in recent years that the Hail Mary seems to be more successful in the NFL than before?
Absolutely we have. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this 1st half. They come out here in the eye. The final shot here before half for Carr. He's going to take another shot here. And incomplete on the deep ball. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you down to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando, where we find our man Larry Ridley with our halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you termed that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
We ready? Wide at the 8. Wide at the 8. 53 is the mic. Set. 53 is the mic.
On second down, here's Carr. And a quick throw here, that's complete. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Carr looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. Now, there he goes left side. And he gets it back into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery leading to a Washington touchdown. So a big turn of events there. This defense makes the play. They return it for the score, and now they have the lead.
So much for ball security for the offense. Playing with a lead in the second half, they give the ball up, and all of a sudden they're behind.
Big time fumble. And they'll get set here looking for the 2-point conversion. They'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here. And in the third quarter here, they were trying to push that to a 3-point game, but instead it'll stay at 1.
And I'm a big proponent of not chasing points or going for 2 too early. But in this case, I understand why. You know, if you kick an extra point, you're just up 2, right? So a field goal still puts the other team ahead. So you go for 2 here and protect the field goal lead. They didn't get it done, though.
And now here comes Kansas City. And they'll run it here. And an alley to run. And a cutback left. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And this time he'll be stopped short of the goal line. He might have been out of gas after the long run. In any event, the try for 2 fails. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that.
Here we go!
Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. So the incomplete pass brings up second down.
Here we go. Try 38.
He'll look to throw. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's third down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Let's see what the defense dials up here. 3rd and 4.
Here we go.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that's complete to Walford. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. And now a first down following that long gain. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
My high school coach, John Ford, used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me.
Flex round. Flex round. Come on, let's go. 1-9.
Now Jones. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And now here comes Kansas City. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open. Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
We ready?
Carr to throw on second down. That's complete. Middle of the field to Humphreys. That one goes for 24 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
Here we go with 2nd and 7.
Double tight, guys. Double tight. Hey, 4 down. 4 down. Here we go. Wide and the 8. Wide and the 8.
Throwing now is Carr. Quick hitter here. It's complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Third down and 3. Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. They come out here in the eye. Now they'll run it on the toss. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
And on 2nd and 10 now. Throwing, Jones. Brought in by Walford, right side. And a loose football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a pickup of 14 there. And that'll be good for a KC first down. Play clock winding down. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Adrian Amos up to make the tackle.
But it was stopped on that play. We've had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. They'll give it to him right up the gut. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40. It's the Pro Bowler Jamie Collins that makes the stop. We're back now in KC. It's the Chiefs with the lead and the football here as we get set for quarter number 4. If they want it first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. throwing his car on third down. He finds Humphries. And he's going to be taken down, but not before reaching the 15-yard line.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
And now the offense operates in the red zone. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
All right, here we go. Red 18. Red 18.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. And this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
So while the offense has had a big day, no one on that side of the ball is excited about seeing a loss like that. Their goal, to make every play positive. And when you have a bad one like that, your next goal is to not let it spiral into more.
All right, here we go. Red 18. Red 18.
The play clock's running down. To throw, it's Carr. And he dropped it. Now it was tipped. Altered the ball a little bit, but he dropped it. And now fourth down.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give him some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
And his kick here is good. And that'll push the lead up to 8. So, Charles, I think from a defensive perspective, you have to look at that field goal there and consider it a win.
You were able to keep them within a touchdown, so no question about it. That was the kind of stand that keeps you in ball games.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt like they were in striking distance. And to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here?
Let's round. Let's go.
Now Jones. Caught the tight end Walford. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Let's go.
They'll look to throw here on first down. He's got and no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. It's the former Redskin, Brian Arakpo. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9.
Come on, let's go.
He'll look to throw. And now here is another interception. It's Nick Perry with a pick. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Time is starting to run out, really becoming a factor. We'll see if the defense can get the stop they need to get the ball back to the offense.
We ready? Wide 88. Wide 88.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here. The Redskins looking for another timeout, and they get it. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. They got to get it to the 21 here on third down.
Here we go. Red 18. Red 18. That's 24.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Oftentimes when a guy has a game like this, he's going to take his offensive line out to dinner afterwards. But after a play like that, he may tell them, instead of getting the steaks, guys, we might have to go for the hot dogs.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will bump the lead up to 11. So his second field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the fourth quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They go back to the air here after the INT. Finding time. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple times. Tried to target him again deep there, but unsuccessful. And he comes back with one complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Two yards to go here on third down. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. And they're just a couple of yards shy of a first down here on third down. They'll set up a throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, and it's a fumble. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Flush to his right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. He was trying to get that one to Kenny Stills. And that'll bring up second down. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
Let's go!
Throwing Jones. Gonna throw right side here, complete. And he'll be out of bounds up near midfield at the 49. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. first down. He'll drop to throw. He's got time. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And last time, the fumble, the turnover. Now they still have the lead, but I don't think coaches care. The turnovers will bother them no matter what the scoreboard says.
That's the relief that you still have the lead. But coaches look at what if and what it should be. Turning the ball over when they've got a chance to score more points and increase the lead, that's what's going to affect them.
And they're also thinking to future weeks, maybe when the game's closer, right?
No doubt about it. You want to clean up everything. Let's just be honest about it. They want everything to be perfect at all times. They don't want to give up anything that's going to hurt their team.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. He's fumbled already once, Charles. I'm not going to say that that was in his mind there, but I'm sure that during some of these plays he is mindful of it.
And once you fumble the ball, you know what your team tells you and your coaching staff? Take care of it rest of the game. And that does get in your mind a little bit, and sometimes that slows down your effort in trying to get free from tacklers.
And the defenders know it too. They sniff that out, don't they?
Everybody wants to swarm the football. You know what the rule is. First guy hold up the runner. Everyone else try and get there and strip the ball free.
And you know, winning is good for all the obvious reasons. But if for nothing else, it makes tomorrow's film session a little more palatable, doesn't it?
Oh, indeed it does. Sometimes it helps you in the grading because the coaches will look at it, and if it's a borderline play for you, if you won the game, you might get a plus in your column instead of a minus.
So for Kansas City, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll get another home date next week as the Raiders will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Redskins, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And perhaps fortunately for them, they'll get an early bye next week and come back to action in Week 7. So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Chiefs victorious here as we say so long from Arrowhead.